Hi everyone, Dawn, quiet turning. I've invited Ray Thegan over for a chat, another school community builder, doing what you know. It is very clear there. That is the name of his school. Ray has also written a book and he does share quotes in his school about the book, and they always stop me and pause to reflect on. So really appreciate that as well. But I'd like to invite Ray. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, your community, whatever you want to start with, my love?
Sure. First, thank you for inviting me on, Don. It's a privilege to be on. Second, the last name is Figpen, just like the Charles Schultz Pigpen, but it's a th instead of a p. So, um, yeah. So, a little of my background, I guess. I've been around for a while now. I just had my 67th birthday, and all the kids are saying I'm in their birthday now, right? Because I don't know how it is over in Europe, but 6-7 was this kids
So
thing.
yeah, you're not allowed to do that. I won't let my kids watch this one. I
Um,
used to I used to use it for balance all the time, and the kids are like, so I've got to say balance. Sorry, go on. 67.
so yeah. Anyway, 49 years ago, I graduated from high school and went into the Navy for 6 years. Followed my dad's footsteps. He retired from the Navy. And I spent 6 years in the Navy, and after 6 years, I felt like I had been in for my whole life. So it was time to get out. I was an electronics technician, so I went into that type of corporate America for 25,
Mm.
30 years. But in the meantime, I had discovered network marketing and entrepreneurship, and I understood the power behind that and the fact that if you really want to make a living, it's hard to do when you're working for somebody else. You're always going to do what they want and not
Mhm.
necessarily what you want. So I was introduced to network marketing actually while I was still in the Navy. Loved the concept. It was something that I could get started in for a low amount of money. So low capital, high opportunity. It's obviously not something that just happens. You have to put forth the effort. Um, Come forward about 40 some years, I've been in about 6 or 7 different network marketing opportunities over those years, and I never really saw the success that I wanted to see. I made some money
Mm.
and I had some success. I built some teams, but there were people that were doing, I mean, 6, 7 figure months. Um, and they weren't any smarter than I was. So I didn't understand why is it they're succeeding. And honestly, 97% of the people were like me. If you make $500 a month, you're happy, right? Um, so a little over a year ago, in my last network marketing company, had just launched. I went to Dallas, Texas, for a corporate meeting. There were about 300 of the top leaders there, and four of the very top leaders were on stage in their individual segments, but each of them had mentioned the fact that their they had invested heavily in mentorship over the years.
Mm.
That was the one thing that, I mean, I read all the books and I listened to all the audios and did all the trainings, but I had never really been told to invest in mentorship.
Mm.
Jim Rohn always said work on yourself harder than you work on your job or your business, but it never
Absolutely.
really clicked until somebody said invest in a mentor. And I'm like, well, duh, because you can read a book, but if somebody's not teaching you what's in it, you may not understand it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. When I did my coaching qualifications, they were very adamant that we have someone above us that's still giving us those suggestions, that advice, the guidance, the another another view on something, because we can get in our own heads and go off to the west when we're supposed to be going east, can't we? It's I did that wrong, but you know what I mean. We can be going totally different directions, and the people that are in it, that have been in it longer, know a lot more, don't they? They know the patterns and things. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and that's the whole job of a mentor. So I did invest in mentorship, and not long after that is when I wrote my book, Doing What You Know. And
Yeah.
it's the message in the book is basically what I learned from my mentor. A mentor is somebody who, like you said, they can get you in the right direction because they see things that really they help you see what's in your own inner self, right? We have to become aware of who we are and what we want. And until we have that crystal clear, there's no way we can get to where we want to go, right?
No.
It's just like a roadmap. It has a beginning and a destination. I won't say an ending because destinations can change. Once you reach one goal, you can go to another one. But if you don't know where you are, you don't know how to get there.
Yeah.
So we always start at the basics, start at the very beginning, find out where you are,
Yes.
and then we'll help you work your way forward. And that's what I do in my community with my daily quotes from the book. I'm always just giving one little nugget, and I like to do things small. Um,
Yes.
we are so overwhelmed in society today with so much noise, and most of it is just that it's noise and meaningless. It's just people bickering and arguing, and it's my
Agreed.
way or the highway, and right. So
Yeah.
just help people along the path of where they want to go,
Yeah.
the way they want to do it, because they know what to do,
Yeah.
but there's something inside holding them back.
Yeah, it's that it's those simple steps, isn't it? When I've entered the classrooms and things in here, it's simple steps I've known how to do. I just haven't implemented. I haven't trusted. You speak a lot about holding yourself back sometimes, and this is doing what you know. We know we can do it, but something holds us that that wall. But yeah, the noise. I totally get that. This is why I thought about many names, but the quiet turning stuck because I was just filled with chaos and noise, and as you say, learned topics and everything, and it was all in there, and I wasn't applying it anywhere, and I just had to turn away from what I was doing and just start applying. And that's how I ended up in school. It was more of a I was led to it really more than I found out about it on the off chance. And this is why we want to get it out there, isn't it? Because there is people like me and you that are just working for other people that want to be doing it ourselves. We're getting on, we've got children, grandchildren, and I think it's good that we're teaching them that they can do the same thing. I did something the other day about it's not how it was traditionally where you go to work 9 to 5, you count on your income and you pay your bills and that's it. And you can have faith in that because the world's changing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
What would you say to anyone teetering on the edge of joining school or of starting their own community?
That's pretty much the answer that I would give anybody with a questioning to do any endeavor is do it. If you're on the edge, then you've already got the interest there, and you're not going to know whether it's going to be something for you or whether you're going to be successful. If you want to start your own community as an income source, you're not going to know if it will be successful unless you take that first step and do it. My mentor always says, do it messy. You don't
Yes,
have to know everything to get started. Just get
absolutely.
started and learn along the way.
Start messy and anything's better than nothing. It was one that I
Yeah.
got taught as well. Anything is better than nothing. We do our first post, it sends shivers down our spine, and it's really scary, isn't it? Because we're putting ourselves out there. But the more you do it, the more it becomes the norm. There was something else you said, I've forgotten now though there. But yeah, just do it. That's the
Yep,
thing. If you feel that
absolutely.
pull, trust that pull. And that's what I was going to say. The hobby community in school, it's $9 a month. I know that might be a lot for some, but that's what I started on, and $9, and I built a full structure in there. And then I took the next step. It's I want to give people in that community stuff back now, which we can do in the communities. You do your own doing what tokens, don't you? For is
Mm.
it algorithm? Not algorithm. What do you got for the
The Algorand blockchain. Yeah.
crypto? Algorand. Yeah. So do you see members in your community? Sorry, the dog's just walked.
Working from
Do
home.
you see members in your community as students, as creators, or as future community builders?
Yes. So all of the above. Yeah.
Yes.
So ultimately, any teacher. I'm also a pickleball instructor, and nothing makes me happier as a pickleball instructor than to go out and compete against my students and then beat me. Right. So it's the same way with a teacher. If your student, and that's what I like to teach is if you learn to learn, that's one thing. But if you learn to teach, then it becomes a much deeper insight, and you learn it better because you're learning it to teach it to others. So yeah, if my students end up going into their own communities and become successful, then that's
Yeah.
the ultimate compliment, right?
I love that. Yeah, the student becomes the teacher, and this is why the learn while you build model is really sort of ideal in the communities, isn't it? You can
Yes.
have that connection, have that learning, and just yeah, just grow and evolve, and it's lovely. What kind of impact do you want your community to have? What kind of impact?
That's a tough question.
Mm,
I mean, it's like when I wrote the book originally, and the reason I did the community was because the mission of the book was to get the book into the hands of 100,000 people,
yeah.
because there are literally millions of people that need the information.
Hmm.
When only 3% of, I say network marketing, 3% of the people are tremendously successful. That's probably pretty standard across the globe, entrepreneurial wise. Um, so that's why I created a school community, was because the book just wasn't getting out there fast enough.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Right. So with the school community, I feel like I've got a much broader audience,
Yeah,
and that's what I'm trying. I want to see the community expand. Not from me, but to see those people, that the number of people that it can help.
yeah.
Um, that's
It's
one of the
phenomenal,
things Jim
yeah,
Rohn said all the time. What was it? Find a way to serve the many, for service to many leads to greatness.
yeah.
I don't particularly care about being great, but I would love to serve the many, and reap the rewards as well.
Yeah, and all you have to do is hit that one person, and that one person hits another one person, and so on and so on. It's like the ripple effect, isn't it? And I think when people come into school, they see that it's not like the other socials and things. It looks like it, and it probably sounds like it, but it's not like it. And I think that's I see new members coming in, and I was the same when I came in. I was so scared to reach out and speak to people because we've always, it's always emojis or just a comment or just a picture to show that you've been there. Whereas here, it's you can ask questions, you can speak to people who truly want to help and support each other, and we're all in it together. And that is just that in itself, just in the school community, is fantastic. And that's how we've reached through a member or another member. We got in touch. I joined your school, and yeah, it's I can't wait to learn more about that. It's this is fantastic. Is this network marketing? Is that what it is?
No, it's not. Network
No.
marketing is traditionally multi-level marketing, but there is
Uh-huh.
an affiliate marketing aspect to school, because most of us offer at least a percentage as an affiliate fee for bringing other people in, or purchasing our courses or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's networking.
Hmm.
And the thing about school that's so different than other socials is we already have something. Most of us have something in common with others. We all have a pretty similar mindset, and it's because just the way school is built by niche.
Hmm.
Facebook is just Facebook. It's everybody and anybody.
Yeah.
Um, you tend to comment and follow those people that have more things in common, even in socials. But in school, it just seems more specific,
Hmm.
and it's so much easier to find somebody that's like you because they've already either joined a community like yours, joined your community, or started a community like yours. So
Yeah.
you already have that starting point in common.
And that's where it works, isn't it? It's, I've found throughout my life, I have found being with peers, with people that have gone through the same stuff or want to learn the same things or are in it for the same reasons, have been more my kind of people than the ones that just didn't understand it, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you mentioned the affiliate as well. Yeah, that's it's being able to reward people just for being there, for being present, for building, for becoming, and then they do the same for the next person again. It's a fantastic system, isn't it, school? It really is. I'm certainly glad I upgraded. I can't wait to reward the first builder. So there you
Right.
go, all yours.
Yeah.
And then
Rewarding
it's
funds.
just helping someone else to get to that next step, like you say, the whole shebang. So what what I ask this for everyone. Where do you think you would be right now if you hadn't started your community or your book?
I would probably still be spinning my wheels trying to figure out how to promote my product or my brand, to doing what you know, brand through social media,
Mm.
um, traffic exchanges, which I still use some, but they're just not effective. Um, and probably by now, I'd probably still be back doing uh, grocery deliveries for Walmart or Amazon deliveries or some of one of those type of the gig economy. I'd have been doing something besides sitting at home.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see that. Yeah, and that's the way most people go, isn't it? Or people tend to go, and that question is just for people to, if they are feeling that pull and they are on the edge. It's just like you said earlier, just start, just trust the pull, trust that you deserve this as much as anyone else. We are real people in these communities, just building and making something for the future. And it's just trust the pull.
yeah, and one of the biggest things that holds people back, and this is what I learned, and this is what probably kept me from seeing the success that I wanted to see in all those years of network marketing. One of the biggest things that holds people back is fear.
Mhm.
Call it self-preservation, fear of the unknown, fear of success, fear of failure. But all fear is your subconscious trying to protect yourself,
Yep.
right? Because you don't know what it is
No.
that you're afraid of. You're going to try something new, but what if I fail? Well, what if you don't fail? What if you
Mhm.
succeed? And the only way to defeat fear is to take action.
Mhm.
You don't have to conquer it. You don't have to take a big, huge step. Just take a
No.
small step. Stretch that comfort zone a little bit. And then when you stretch it a little bit, you can stretch it a little bit further and a little bit further. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like to reflect on fear and think about what I've gone through in the past and, what is this compared to that? And if I hadn't had done that, I wouldn't be here. And things like that help me. And then I've got a really good thing for fear. If it's really creeping in and it's scaring me, I have loads of financial fears because I'm just a single parent with 2 kids. And, I do financially feel insecure sometimes. And that's a fear for me that holds me back. But I just stop and I say, I forgot that everything's all right. And it brings me right back to the kids. We're in a good space. There's nothing wrong with the world right now in our little bubble. And in our little bubble, there's plenty going on out there. But we're all okay. We're fed. We're healthy. We're loving. It's that really brings me back down. So that's quite a good one. Um, so yeah, is there anything else you would like to add that I have missed? Because I am new to this, and just anything else that you think the people might want to hear in the communities?
You know, I, I've started something new. And since you've mentioned the financial part, I'm going to bring this up because
Oh yes, yeah.
money is a mindset, right? A lot of the reason most people struggle with money is because they have that lack mindset. I was raised in not poverty necessarily, but not much above it. My dad was in the military, and I mean, 50 years ago, he was making $75 a month or some crazy low amount of money. So we were raised in a frugal budget. I'll put it that way.
Mhm.
Um, and and because you're raised that way, your paradigm is that way, and you don't give yourself permission to make money. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Um, and so we struggle with finances. And one thing a lot of people struggle with is credit card debt. I've been there, I've seen it. I was in a network marketing company 25, 30 years ago that I absolutely loved because their primary function, it was a service to help people get out of debt, out of credit card debt in particular. And they had a system that showed you how to pay off certain cards and which direction to go and the whole system. But they ended up shutting their doors like a lot of network marketing companies do
Mm-hmm.
after a year or two. And I just happened to think, honestly, a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, why is nobody doing that?
Yes.
And with ChatGPT, and I have a background in technical engineering, so with ChatGPT, I've been able to help do some actual programming, and I'm like, what if I just build my own system to help people get out of credit card debt? And so that's what I've done. And with that, I've built another community called the Debt Elimination System,
Mm-hmm.
which in that community, that's all I've got. I've got the tools to help people get out of debt with their credit cards. Shows you, what to pay off, how to pay, how to add the extra interest rates, and all that stuff. The whole system is there to explain it. But that's my other big community that I just launched. Right now, I'm still looking for 5 people to beta test the system so they can come in. I have a 7-day free trial and it's $25 a month. But if they come in now under that 7-day free trial, the first 5, I'm just going to have them as beta testers. So they're going to be free for life inside that
There
community.
you go. And that's yeah. I did have that written down, and I forgot. I got as far as the book. So yeah. The links. I will post the links to Ray's community and to mine and to the others. The usual links. But if you want to pop the link for your new community in there as well for people that are interested in that, because that is an absolute diamond of a school. Because, like you say, lots of people are in it. And if we've just got to get out of his own way sometimes, and we can have a bit like doing what you've got to know where you are to know where you're going. A bit like your community, you can do the same for the money. So yeah, I absolutely love that. I think that's fantastic. So I think that is all. So yeah, I will add the links. I am so happy that you came on to chat. I would like to chat long with you because you've got so much to say. I'm
Well,
intrigued. When you start speaking, I'm drawn in.
well, thanks for inviting me. I'll have to have you on my podcast.
Oh,
We'll,
right. Okay, then.
we'll flip the script, and I'll have you on as a guest on my podcast. How's that?
Yeah, Matthew is going to teach me a podcast, and we're doing a call with him so I can get on the podcast thing for AAA as well, fair
Yeah,
benefit. So yeah, because it's all growth, isn't it? Those little steps, and
it is,
you're
and
all
that's
teaching me
my
bits and bobs.
podcast is just like this. It's just
Yeah,
conversation. I don't really script anything. We have fun.
yeah,
So yeah.
lovely.
All
Well,
right.
thanks for coming. I will stop the recording.
Thanks.